Movie synopsis. Warning, this synopsis may contain spoilers. A sorcerer, later revealed to be Caecilius, Mads Mikkelsen, tears some pages from a chain book in a library and escapes with the help of several followers. The owner of the book, whom we later meet as the Ancient One, Tilda Swinton, goes after them. As he flees, Caecilius bends, folds, and reshapes the streets and buildings of the city. Think Inception, but more kaleidoscopic. Though she's a formidable magical fighter, the Ancient One is unable to pin down Caecilius and he escapes. Dr. Stephen Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, is cool and confident as he performs a delicate brain surgery. As he finishes, Dr. Christine Palmer, Rachel McAdams, rushes in to show him an X-ray of a patient with a bullet in the brain. He goes to the ER surgery and quickly does a manual extraction with forceps, demonstrating his impressive hand control. He and Christine joke about their on-again, off-again relationship. She turns down his request to join him that evening. Strange dresses for the evening in his expensive condo. Modern decor, lots of windows, amazing views, pausing to choose from a drawer full of high-end watches. Speeding out of his condo in his Lamborghini Huracan, Strange heads north. He calls an assistant to consider his next patients. He's in high demand, but he wants only difficult, interesting cases. Distracted and driving recklessly, he crashes and the car plunges into the river. He is airlifted back to his hospital and Christine is there when he awakens, badly hurt. His hands have had to be rebuilt and are immobilized in a framework of pins and wires. Recovering slowly after further surgeries, his hands remain stiff and shaky. He can no longer work as a neurosurgeon. Feeling sorry for himself, Strange breaks up with Christine. He hears about a man called Jonathan Pangborn Benjamin Bratt, who inexplicably recovered from a half-body paralysis. Strange finds Pangborn playing basketball and the man tells him he found the cure in Kathmandu. Strange makes his way to Nepal and wanders the streets of Kathmandu. He is noticed and followed. Mordo, Chewat Ali Jafar, saves him from muggers and takes him to his temple, Kamar Taj, the place Strange has been searching for. There he meets the Ancient One. She knows all about Strange and introduces him to a new reality. He begins training and slowly learns to open gates to jump across the world. He learns the temple is part of a secret group saving the world from enemies in other dimensions and universes. While training, Mordo shows Strange a magic stick and says the magic tool must choose him. He explains that Caecilius, a former student of the Ancient One, has stolen a spell from a secret book and escaped with 3 zealots. There is worry he will decipher the spell and call in Dormammu from across the universe to take over the world. Strange is upset and says he hasn't come to join their group, only to cure his hands. On his own, Strange visits Kamar Taj's library, which is kept by Benedict Wong. He quickly learns how to use a time-shifting pendant, the Eye of Agamotto, which enables him to see the missing page from the book. Mordo tells him it is forbidden to use time spells as they can cause time loops and other problems. There are 3 sanctums, in London, New York, and Hong Kong, where the group watches out for the world. Caecilius finally deciphers the Stow spell and his group attacks the London office, a plain building with a logo window. They attack London and when Strange and Mordo try to assist, Strange is sent to the New York Center. The building is deserted as he wanders the floors looking at various artifacts. He notices a burgundy cloak in a glass case that moves as he looks at it. At the end of a corridor he finds 3 windows that turn out to be gateways to other places. You change the destination by turning a dial on the wall. Caecilius and his group attack the New York Sanctum. Strange develops fighting skills on the fly. He gets rid of 2 zealots using the gates and a burgundy cloak, which seems to have some intelligence and wraps itself around him. The cloak helps him subdue the 3rd zealot and restrain Caecilius. Strange and Caecilius have a talk about the Ancient One and immortality, in which Caecilius claims that the Ancient One has achieved her long life using powers from the Dark Dimension. Once Strange lets down his guard, the 3rd zealot revives and stabs him. Strange manages to open a gate and stagger into a cleaner's closet in Christine's hospital. He barely manages to get on a table as Christine hooks him to a defibrillator and removes his liver from his heart. Meanwhile, Strange separates his astral body and continues to fight the Zealot, finally killing him. The Zealot isn't visible to Christine, but she can tell something is going on and she's very spooked. Sewn up and recovering, Strange tells Christine he must return and goes back through the gate. Caecilius has escaped and Mordo joins Strange in New York. The Ancient One also comes and suggests Strange take over the New York Sanctum. He refuses. They're impressed the magical cape, known as the Cloak of Levitation, has chosen him. Caecilius returns with more zealots. Strange creates a shell to contain the fight, and they go out into the street. Caecilius uses his powers to shapeshift the city, as he did in the opening scene when he fought the Ancient One, and disorient Strange. The Ancient One returns to help but she falls and is mortally wounded. Strange takes her to Christine's hospital but it is too late. Strange follows the Ancient One's spirit in his astral form and they talk overlooking New York City. She accepts this as her end and suggests Strange can take over. Back in the New York Center, Strange and Mordo realize Hong Kong is next on Caecilius' list. They gate over but the Hong Kong Sanctum has been overrun. Wong, who was guarding it, is dead, and Dormammu is growing as a nebula from the building. Strange uses the Eye of Agamotto to partially reverse the process. Caecilius recovers and manages to stun Strange. Strange thinks of something and flies off into the heart of the Dormammu Nebula. Here he confronts Dormammu and manages to create an infinite loop. Strange gets killed in various ways but is always reset. Dormammu is furious but finally agrees to leave Earth alone in return for Strange stopping the time loop. Back on the street, Strange sends Caecilius and his crew into the nebula just before it vanishes. Mordo is upset that Strange broke the rules in using the time pendant, and that the Ancient One used what he considers to be forbidden powers to prolong her life. Before she died, the Ancient One warned Strange that Mordo was very big on following the rules, both his weakness and his strength, and that Strange's flexibility would be an important factor when they worked together. But Mordo says there must be a reckoning and he retires from the group and walks away. Strange takes over the New York Sanctum. He puts the Eye of Agamotto back in its guarded place at Camertage, where Wong tells him it's an Infinity Stone. Sometime later Doctor Strange sits with Thor and agrees to help him find Odin and rid Earth of Thor's scheming brother, Loki. And Mordo visits Pangborn and takes back the magic, repairing his back. Pangborn collapses. Mordo says the problem is too many sorcerers on Earth. The end of Doctor Strange synopsis.